Welcome to today's topic. We are going to shift gears a little bit and talk a little bit about generating more income for ourselves in 2022. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Heather McConaughey. I'm a registered nurse turned nutritionist, and I specialize in helping women lose 10 to 30 pounds using sustainable macro counting without hunger or forbidden foods. So you might be saying, Heather, you're a nutritionist. Why are you talking about money today? And the reason I'm here to talk about money is because one of the limiting beliefs that comes up for a lot of women when it comes to transforming their health and vitality is the limiting belief of, I can't afford it. So if you are somebody who has said, I can't afford it, or I don't have the money, this video is going to really help you shift your mindset. And if you're somebody who already lives in abundance mindset, then this is just going to further accelerate the skills and the positive beliefs that you already operate inside of. So when you say, I don't have the money or I can't afford it, what you're actually saying is, I don't know how to generate more money for the things that I know will change my life. And I know because this used to be me. When I was in my 20s, I was in a scarcity mindset. I was a chronic under-earner. There's a great book that I recommend that you read if you are an under-earner. It's called Overcoming Under-Earning. And it's a great book that will really shift a lot of the limiting beliefs that you have around money and earning. And I really struggled financially in my 20s because I was a victim. I was a victim of my circumstances. I never asked for raises or sought out jobs that paid me more. I accepted earning very little money. I accepted under earning for myself. And that was something that I had to really transform in order to become a wealthy woman in my 30s and now in my 40s. So you're not alone. I don't want you to feel bad if you have this belief. I don't want you to beat yourself up. I don't want you to, think there's something wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you, but my mission is always to empower you. And I know that limiting beliefs are actually not empowering. Sometimes people argue for their limiting beliefs. I got a message from somebody once who was like, I didn't like your video that you did about, I can't afford it. It made me feel bad for being poor. And first of all, that's never the intention. The intention is always to empower you. But if you argue for your limiting belief, you will continue to have the results that limiting belief gives you in your life. So let's empower you and start shifting some of these really destructive beliefs that you might be inside of. So why is this belief of I can't afford it or I don't have the money so destructive? Number one, it keeps you small, it keeps you powerless, and it keeps you at the effect of your circumstances. One of the core mindset shifts that you need to make as a woman to achieve your weight loss goals and to eat healthier and to be stronger and healthier and energized in your body is you have to learn how to be your commitment and not your circumstances. This is one of the primary mindset shifts that you have to make in order to lose weight. You have to learn how to be your commitment and not your circumstances. So when you say the words, I don't have the money, you are being your circumstances. You are not being your commitment. Imagine that your child needed a life-saving surgery that was going to cost you $50,000. You wouldn't just throw up your hands and say, oh, well, I can't, I don't have the money. So sorry, honey, I guess you can't have the surgery. Bye, you're going to die. No, you would mortgage your house. You would go on GoFundMe and start a fundraiser. You would ask family members to borrow money. You would do whatever you had to do to get it because it occurs to you like urgent and important. And for a lot of you, your health and your wellness and your body does not occur to you as urgent. And that's okay. If it's not a primary concern for you, then it doesn't need to be. You can be overweight and obese and have chronic health issues in your life. That's totally fine. You don't have to change your body at all. But if it's something that constantly is nagging at you and it frustrates you and it bothers you, but yet you're unwilling to put your money where your mouth is, then there's a lack of authenticity there for you. You have to confront that you are not being fully authentic with yourself. because if it was truly important to you, you would do whatever you had to do to afford it. Okay, so remember, the thing that might stop you from working with me is actually the thing that is stopping you from achieving your weight loss goals in general. So if you're struggling to commit, you're struggling to commit everywhere in your life. If you're being your circumstances, you're being your circumstances everywhere in life. If you have fear everywhere in life. All right. So you have to understand that the thing that's stopping you potentially is the thing that is stopping you from your weight loss goals. Does that make sense? Okay. The second reason that this belief is super destructive is it limits your earning potential and your wealth building potential as a woman. Look, we women have already been oppressed for millennia. We've only got the vote 10 years ago or 108 years ago, something like that. We can own property now, we can own businesses, but that wasn't the case. And there were limited jobs and careers that women could engage in just a century ago, 50 years ago. We've come so far. So why are you reinforcing this limiting, poor, scarcity mindset on yourself? The longer you continue to say this also, I don't have the money, I can't afford it, I don't have the money, I can't afford it. The longer you say this, the more you reinforce a poor mindset, a scarcity mindset. And the third reason why it's so destructive is it keeps you stuck and out of touch with your creativity and your God-given incredible creative power. And when you are out of touch with your God-given creativity, that shows up in all areas of your life. And it shows up and limits you in ways that you don't even understand or comprehend right now. Okay, so who do you need to become to transform this belief? Number one, you need to become creatively resourceful. You have so much skill and knowledge in you. You have a realm of untapped potential inside of you. You need to think outside the box. 2 years ago, I paid off all my student loans. I had like 6 figures of student loans when I graduated nursing school like 10 years ago. And it was brutal. I paid like $900 a month every month for like 6 years. And then I finally was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I am over this loan payment. And I still had like 50 something thousand dollars left to pay. And so I was like, okay, what could I do to pay off this loan? And I realized I could sell the condo that I had bought. My condo I had bought had appreciated. And I realized I could sell my condo and pay off all my student loan debt. And I decided to do that. Why? Because I had promised myself I would do it. I was committed. I operate inside of my commitment to myself. Now, you don't need to sell your house to work with me, all right? But there are other things that you could sell. There are other things that you could get rid of in your life to generate resources that are untapped for you right now. And so when something is important to you, you will generate the resources to be able to participate in that thing, okay? So you also need to become a value creator. If you are struggling with financial wealth in your life, you have to understand that you are not creating enough value in the marketplace through your work and career to equal that increase of wealth that you desire. So we live in a capitalistic society, and so your money wealth comes from what society deems valuable. And it's sad. I make way more as a nutritionist than I did as a nurse. Now, being a nurse is super important, valuable work, but society doesn't value it the same way. They don't value paying for, a nurse to take care of indigent people the same way that they value other things in their lives. And that's okay. But we just need to understand that if you want more money in your life, you need to make more. You need to learn how to provide more value and articulate it in the realm that you're in. Whether you own a business or you work for someone else, you have to know how to articulate your value. For example, if you are wanting to get a raise at your job and you're struggling, then you should hire a mentor. Like my friend Ashley, she mentors women how to negotiate raises and increase their income. That's a very valuable service that she provides, right? And so that's something that you could do to learn how to articulate your value better and make more money in 2022. You could also create a side hustle. When I started my nutrition coaching business, it started as a side hustle. So I had income coming in from my nutrition coaching business. I also had income coming in from being a full-time nurse. And so that helped me start to build more wealth in my life. I've sold items, right? We have so much junk in our houses as Americans. We just have things lying around. I return things that I buy sometimes that I realize are a waste of money. There's so many ways that you can find and create value in the world. So if you need more money, you need to create more value in the world. Now, the last thing you need to become is a woman who is open to gifts, to miracles, and to abundance flowing to you. I want to share with you just like a little story of like a little win. So I am going to be doing a stand-up comedy class for fun this winter. And I decided that while I totally had the cash to pay for it, I decided that I wanted to try to get a little more creative to pay for it, because I saw that there was a discount available for the class if I paid via PayPal. I saw that if I paid via PayPal, I could get $25 off if I was vaccinated. And then I realized through PayPal that I could also get $50 off by using their little PayPal credit offer. And so even though I didn't need it, I decided to do it. And so I ended up getting $75 total off the course instead of just paying for it outright. And I share that because like PayPal credit actually gave me a $5,000 credit limit, and I have 6 months to pay off whatever I use with no interest. That's amazing. So I share this because there are so many ways that you can access increased wealth and abundance by being open, by being a yes, by seeing abundance and opportunities everywhere around you. Truly, I believe like leap and the net appears. When you commit to something, watch how it'll all work out. I never say the words, I can't afford it, if I truly want something. If I truly want something, I never utter those words anymore, ever. I might say, I need to save for this. I might say, I'm committed to doing this next year, and here's how I'm going to get there. I might say, I really want to do this, and I'm going to figure out how to make it happen for myself. I might say I'm going to pull money from my savings. This is totally worth it to myself. So just remember that when you commit to something that's important to you in your life, things work out. And we always come up with the money for things that are important to us. Okay, so what's available to you if you transform this limiting belief? Number one, you will become vastly more powerful and effective in all areas of your life, not just in your finances. Because this limiting belief is holding you back in all areas of your life. It's keeping you small, it's keeping you powerless, and it's keeping you at the effect of your circumstances. Number two, you'll become a wealthier woman in both spirit and bank account. So when you increase financial wealth, you have more to give to others. I can give a lot more now, whether it's like donating to causes I believe in, whether it's using my time to help people who are less fortunate than me. I have the ability to like give of my spirit as well because I have more financial wealth. I also am somebody who can be a role model for other people. I'm someone who can provide experiences for myself and others, and I can take care of myself and others. So it's important that you really understand that when you increase your bank account, you're also like making deposits in like your spiritual wealth as well, and your ability to contribute to others. And then lastly, growth, change, evolution, the end of stagnation in your life. When you use the phrase, I don't have the money or I can't afford it, that keeps you stuck. It keeps you not committing to experiences that could help you grow. Look, it's scary to invest money. It's scary to invest in our growth and change because what's easier is just to stagnate. What's easier is just to stay in what's comfortable and known to us. But that doesn't allow you to actually grow and evolve as a human being and really become who you've been designed to be. Okay, so I have an assignment for all of you. This is a great assignment to get into abundance mindset. What you're going to do is you're going to make a list of all the resources in your life. But these aren't just like tangible hard money resources. It is going to include that. So you should write down the money that you have in all of your bank accounts, including retirement accounts, including 401ks at work, including stock options. It should include all of the hard assets. It should include things like your home, cars, boats, motorcycles. It should include furniture, possessions in your house, the clothes that you have, your Apple Watch, your computer, your phone, etc. It should also include things like the education you've received. What degrees do you have? What certifications do you have? It should include your network. Who's in your network? Who do you have relationships with? What tools do you have in your life? Like a phone, a computer, maybe you have art supplies, maybe you have a sewing machine, maybe you have a skill saw, maybe you have a 3D printer. It should include things like pets, family members, children. It should include furniture, books, memberships, things like internet access. You get the idea. I want you to write all of that out because that is going to help you shift into abundance mindset. And once you do that, I really want you to ask yourself if you really don't have the money, or is it that you're scared? Is it that you're scared to commit to change? Is it that you're scared to dive in and leap into the void of self-renewal and making changes in your life? Thanks so much for listening to today's episode. Please let me know what was most helpful for you. You can send me a message on Instagram at Heather McConaughey. I'm wishing you a very abundant year. And just remember that you're not alone if you struggle with this limiting belief, but you do not have to stay stuck with it.